picking very simple progressions with your right hand, as well as how to finger frets with your left hand, and how to develop good form when doing so in this video. So to start off, you need to make sure you're holding your pick the correct way, and you can go back and watch video 1 to see that if you haven't seen it and you don't know how to already. Now, when it comes to playing the guitar, a great way to start off is to only use one hand at a time when it comes to picking, meaning only use your right hand if you're right-handed, or only use your left hand if you're left-handed. What you want to do when you start is learn 2 different types of picking. You want to learn straight down picking, and you want to learn alternate picking. And most people, when they start to play, will only down pick everything, which is actually okay, because there's a lot of cool sounds and a lot of cool things you can do just by down picking, which is great. However, you want to make sure that you learn to alternate pick as well, because both have their advantages. Down picking can let you get a lot of cool sounds and a lot of cool chugging out of down picking, right? But alternate picking will let you play faster, and it will let you change up the things that you play and add different tone as well. So both are just about equally as important. A few exercises you can do to start off if you're completely new to the guitar is to forget about your left hand or your non-picking hand and simply play up and down the guitar like this. Down picking everything. The next time, alternate pick everything. And so on. You can do 3 strings at a time. And any combination of things like that. You can pick 2 strings, 3. You can skip strings. Any combination is fine as long as you're picking. There's no wrong exercise that you can do. And I'm very big on actually making your own exercises, because it'll start to, make you think more, and it will start to really get you to be comfortable with your guitar. So make sure that you're down picking and up and alternate picking, okay, as you go on. Make sure you're not just sticking to one or the other, and that will really help you as you go forward, okay? Now, with this, make sure you are holding your pick correctly at all times. It's the only little kind of catch you have when you make your own exercises when it comes to picking, is you have to make sure that you're holding the pick correctly. Everything else will just fall in, and you'll get better the more you do it. Now, when it comes to your left hand, once you get comfortable picking, you need to be able to move along the neck and play each string cleanly. And what I mean by this is, whatever fret you're playing, you need to have your finger hit that string and only that string. So if I am trying to play the second fret on the second fret on the second string, like that, I should be able to play every single other fret on the guitar, and it should ring out. You shouldn't end up with this. Right? Because what happens then is, once you start to go to play chords and you're hitting multiple strings, you can turn this into that. Now, we're not going to deal with these type of chords too much, actually at all really, but you get the point, okay? So the way you do this is as follows. First off, where you hit the string is the top of your finger. So if you have the left side, the right side, that almost, it's not quite square, but that rounded part on the top is where you need to fret the string. You don't want to use your thumb, or your nail, sorry. When you do this, only use the top of your finger. Don't use the side, don't use the inside, the outside, only the top, okay? You also need to arc your fingers. So, when you play, there should be, and I'm kind of over-exaggerating here, but there should be space in here that will allow you to only hit the string. If you collapse your fingers and do this, you can get that, playing wrong notes and muting notes that you don't want to mute. So again, only touch with the top of your fingers and do a little bit of arc, and you get that from bending your first knuckle just a bit when you play. You don't want to be straight out like that, you want to bend just a bit. Now, once you get fairly comfortable with that, ways you can practice going up and down is to simply chromatically use all 4 fingers and go up your strings. So, and as we go on, it's important to practice this with alternate picking and down picking, but for now, pick whichever is easier for you and stick with it until you get your left hand down. It will look like this. first finger on the first fret, your second on the second fret, your third finger on the third fret, and your fourth finger, your pinky, on the fourth fret. Okay, so just one finger per fret, and you simply just go up the strings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as you go. Not very hard, but if you're just starting out, it can take a while to start to build up the finger coordination and the finger strength. Now, when you are hitting with the top of your fingers, you will, if you're just starting out, get some pain in your fingers. That's normal and can be incredibly annoying when you want to keep playing, but your fingers just hurt too much. Make sure, and a good indication of if you're playing right, is if you're getting your pain right on the tip of your finger, you're doing it right. If you're getting, pain and you're building calluses anywhere else, you're hitting with the wrong part of your finger. So that takes care of one exercise that you can do. So now you have exercises for your right hand and for your left hand. There's one more that you can do that helps you to start to be able to move your fingers a little bit, and that is to chromatically go up a string and across it instead of going from the sixth string to the first string. Okay? Now let me stop right here and just add one thing if you haven't picked up on it yet. When someone tells you a certain string, it goes from the bottom to the top. So the sixth string, the fifth, the fourth, the third, the second, the first. Okay? When someone says a fret number, it simply is the fret of that string. So if I were to say, pluck the 12th fret of the first string, you would hit right here. The 12th fret on the first string. Now, back to the second exercise you can do. You can go up the fret from left to right, or up the fretboard from left to right, keeping your fingers each playing one note. And that would look like this. Every time you play a note, you put one finger on that. Once you're done, and you've used up all your fingers, you move up with your first finger to hit the next note. Do not do this with one finger. While it might be easier, and that's probably what all of us have done at one point or another, it really doesn't help you get too much better. It will still get you the same sound, but it won't help you to develop your finger strength. You can do this with all of your strings as well, and I recommend that you do. As you go along. So use these exercises, play around. If you're having trouble picking, only use your right hand. Okay? Once you can pick comfortably and you're holding your pick the right way, you can start to go up the strings and you can start to go across the strings. Okay, with your hand. Come back, the next video is going to focus strictly on actually playing music. Now, instead of just playing these useless scales that we all find useless when we first start. They're not useless, but when we all first start, we all seem to hate them, and for good reason. And we'll get right into playing music, into playing some chords. See you in the next video.